So this is going to be a part 2 of a video I just made. Talking, a lot of people, including myself, anything that I'm talking about in the first video or any of these videos, it's not like I just had to say, he was talking about somebody that works here, like da-da-da-da-da, and I go, bro, you have a fucking problem with everything from this guy. This isn't working. This place isn't good. They're doing this. My landlord is rude to you. The place you're at now you don't like. But I go, did you ever think, the fucking problem is you? And as I'm saying this, like I'm saying, and I said, and don't think that no one's ever had to tell me this shit. I'm not telling you some shit that, people haven't told me. You know what I mean? And it's just early on in your, in your shit. And the other thing is like, it doesn't have to be. I keep everybody at arm's length anyways, like I just don't have people people don't come to my house. I don't have people over. I don't really, like in that, I'm not going back to jail. I'm not being homeless. I'm not losing my dog or my cat or my possessions on my own watch because I didn't have my shit tight. And I'm running a tight program. It's this, and this is what we're doing today. And if you, whatever, I don't need a significant other or anybody else to fucking, take part in that or whatever. But this is what I do, and this is how I roll. And this is why, part of the reason why I've been as successful as I have been, because I don't allow that shit to even creep in the fucking door. I don't allow people, now working with people that are early in their recovery, when I'm saying this to them, I'm also saying, listen, hey, bro, this shit is a fatal illness. You know what I mean? This is a fatal thing. So this eventually kills you, whether it's complications with your liver or your kidneys, or you get fentanyl in your coke or your crack or your fucking dope as to whatever, or your pills were pressed with fentanyl and they're not really, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things today. I mean, and then when people say, oh, well, so-and-so fucking, you weren't here, so-and-so must have told you. Well, so-and-so is sober, and he's part of the sober community, and we all, including myself, have to be accountable to each other. And if so-and-so said anything, you need to just, is it true? Okay, well, then if it is, and, you're making it sound like the spirit of it is this, and this. And don't get me wrong, like, I've had to tell people, including myself, the way somebody would be like, oh yeah, and then this motherfucker's doing this. And I'm like, all right, well, listen, you have to be patient with people early on in recovery. You know what I mean? Like, they might have this, or they might be, in this type of mood. You know what I mean? Or they might, but I'm not gonna fucking listen. It's like fitness or dieting or listen, if your fucking ass ain't losing weight, it's because you are doing something fucking wrong. If you can't stay sober after getting sober, then there's something wrong, whether you need to go to, and I tell people, don't ever underestimate the power of therapy. Is such a crucial fucking tool in like getting your shit together and talking about it. And I also, just because we had this argument doesn't mean that we're fucking enemies for life. The dude tries, is talking to me, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, trying to, like, whatever. But I'm going to stand firm. I don't like having these difficult situations and conversations. But I'm not a fucking, I'm not a pretender. You know, I'm not a pretender. You know, I spent the last 2.5, 3 years of my life with someone that thought that I was gonna fucking pretend with them because I had a soft spot for them. I told them, eventually I'm going to fucking kick you out of my fucking life. I'm gonna kick you out of my house. I'm gonna kick you out of my life, and I'm never gonna talk to you again. Now, just like my dog, the fucking scumbag that had him, I kept telling him, eventually I'm going to take your fucking dog. You don't have to believe me, but I can tell you, I ain't the one. I don't say shit because it sounds good or it sounds threatening or it sounds, yeah, I feel. No, I say it because it's a motherfucking fact. You can count on it. You can take anything that I say to the fucking bank when I say it. If I tell you, this shit ain't gonna fly, trust me when I tell you. Even if you're the fucking Wright brothers, trust me when I tell you. They would have had to hear this shit ain't gonna fly, and probably the first 200 times that shit wasn't gonna fly, because I'm a man of my word.